everybody, it's Louisa here, and I am finished with another project. I made a very chunky mini. Um, Honestly, I don't know why we even call them minis, but I'm guessing it's because it's not an 8 by 8 or a 12 by 12 scrapbook album. But mine is more I don't, it's bigger than a 6 by 6. So, anyway, these are just some of the things that I used. Now, I was inspired by the new collection that they have at Michaels, which is called Live, Love, Create, and their colors are pretty much like a golden mustard, gray, white, and black. I had picked up these little tickets and tags, which there's so many in here, I barely used any. I picked up the wooden words, and I only got one pack of those. I also had picked up two sticker embellishments, which I used the whole thing. Now, they had a lot more than what I had picked up. I just didn't want to go too crazy because it's not a color combination that I will use often. This might be the last time, but I do like the way it came out. And I did pick up these, but I didn't use them, and it does go with that collection. I tried to see if I could pull it in there, but I ended up not using them, and they're just, I mean, they're pretty. I'll probably use it for something else. Now, to match all this stuff, I pulled out this paper pad here, which was perfect as far as colors. The only extra color that it throws in is this little bit of green, which was fine. It wasn't too much. So, and I did use quite a bit. I didn't use this one, but I used all the other designs that are in here. This one, and then this one, which was my favorite. It does have some glitter in there, so sorry about that. I used that, and then I also used this one from Momenta, and I had picked this up at Tuesday morning because of all the grays, and it has some black, so I did use some. I did cut out some tags with one of my Tim Holtz dies too, so I think I only pulled a couple of sheets out of here, this polka dot and this one. I don't remember if I picked something else, but as you can see, it's reversible. It's got two sides. And then the last thing that I used was mainly for the base of my, for the pages, the base pages, I used this in Boss Neutrals from Craftsmith from Michaels. And I just picked out, I think it was, it's not showing on here, but there's a gold like polka dot. And let's see. I just use like the darker colors that are in here, and I don't see it now. I might have used both of them, but I did use this gray, and it is embossed. I don't know if you're going to see it or not. It's single-sided. I used this like polka dot, and it's that same, well, a little bit lighter mustard than what is here. So those were the papers. I used a lot of my trims. Oh, I did pick up a pack of the flat flowers. They had about 2 or 3 different types of flowers that matched this. I only had gotten one pack. I use a lot of trims, a lot of my own flowers from my stash. Lots of trims. I already said that. I'm just putting this stuff to the side here. I put most of it away because usually if I'm crafting on a Wednesday, I have to make sure I'm done and picked up by the end of the night so that I can pay my bills the next morning. I did use this, the only thing I left out, Vintage Blush trim from Michaels as my tie or close, what's it called, closure. And I did make a charm, so I used some of my stuff from that. And it measures, the spine itself is like 4.5 inches or slightly bigger than that. The album front is close to 6.5, and then it is 7 inches tall total. And as you can see, it is thick. So here's my front. I'm so happy. I just love this, and I am kind of naming this Happy. And by the way, I'll be doing another video soon. I'm going to be selling some of my projects, like this particular item I'm going to be selling. I do have a chunky charm, and then one of my last projects, the gumball machine. So I'm going to be because I want to keep crafting, and if I'm not doing a swap or anything, I don't do much. So I figured maybe I could just make things and then sell them, but not, how do you call it? I won't do like special order kind of things. But anyway, here it is, and I actually do like the color combo now. I'm not a fan of the yellow, so in this, it's not, you know, the mustard, it's more of a yellow, but it was the closest thing I could find. But it does kind of match the center. So these are the flowers from that Michaels pack that matches that theme. And this is also from Michaels, from that pack that I showed you. This frame is almost like a porcelain frame. It's also from Michaels. And I did make a shaker. Now it doesn't shake too well. Things are just sticking in there. I didn't make it thick enough for it to shake, but I just made it, want it to look like a shaker. Didn't really have to shake because you're not going to really be shaking this. So I'll go back into detail in a second. I just want you to see the front, because the spine now, which I absolutely love the charm. And I did it so you could take this off. It's on a clasp, and if you want to use it somewhere else, you can. Whoever picks this up. But I just did coordinating colors. I am using silver in here as well. So I totally love the way that came out. I ended up covering my spine. I had used the paper and I thought I was going to be showing it off, but I ended up covering it because I wanted something soft. So what I did was I layered some doily. This is something that I had cut up from something underneath that, and then I put 2 rows of a creamy white rosette trim that's really soft, and I left the mesh that's on it just for more softness. So here's the back, and you can see more of the paper, and then you can see the trim that is tied and holding everything together. So we're going back to the front. I did make this with a black chipboard, which is not the thickest that there is. I didn't want to make it too heavy. It is a hidden hinge type of method, but I kind of did my own thing. I'm always trying to make it better, and I finally decided to do a bigger gusset for each one so that I could put thick embellishments inside. So there's only 4 pages inside, and then there's the front, the back and the front cover. So here we go again with the front. I had some more of this crochet trim left, so I put it under here. I made my shaker, put some of the paper in the background there, and just picked sequins and shapes to match, you know, black, gold. There's iridescent stuff that almost looks green, but it kind of matches the green that's in the leaves. And then I put this ruffled trim. It's actually one width that's double-sided, and I just stuck it in there so that it was 2 layers to cover the workings of the shaker, because it's got, you know, the foam in there. Then I layered the happy, which was already painted in black from Michaels, and I put on my flowers. Now the majority of these flowers are Michaels flowers. There are new and old. So this is, I don't even know how old these were. They weren't too long ago, but there's a mustard, and it already had the black on the edges. This is Michaels. This is the newer one, Michaels. This is Wild Orchid Craft. This is from my stash, Michaels. So I had picked up like a whole bunch of these Michaels. Let's see. Flowers that look like this. I always like to keep those in my stash. And then there's just some more over here. And that's that. I absolutely love this. I didn't want to add too much on here. I wanted everything to, you know, show off. And a little seam binding bow. All right, so now, yeah. So you just untie the bow there, and then of course you're going to scoot your charm over, and then you're going to open it up. It wants to slip over like this. It does open nice. And if it wasn't for all the embellishments, it would actually lay flat. Like this cover here would have laid more flat, but because I got all these embellishments, it's not going to. Now I wanted to make it pretty simple because not, first of all, I'm not the best at making these things. And all those little extra things that people do like waterfall and stuff like that, I'm not good at, but I can do a few things. But I decided to keep it as simple as possible in case the person who does receive this, he doesn't know all the little, secret compartments and stuff, or they're going to give it to somebody who doesn't know. So I figure I'm going to keep it as simple as I can, but still want to make it interesting. So I mainly made pockets, a couple of flips, and then each page here is a pocket. And they're all going to be similar mats like this. So you can either journal or put a photo. On the back, I left it blank, so you can put like a whole photo, which is, the whole thing itself is 5 by 6. Get some of this glue off. And again, most of these look like that. Okay, and again, it is the hidden hinge method, but I did a little different here. And my gusset is a lot wider for all the thick stuff that I'm going to put. Alright, so I wanted to keep the black, so I didn't cover that. And I did just mat one side, and both the front and the back are similar as far as what paper I use to mat and to make a pocket. I broke out my gold paint marker to do a little bit of the edge, and I used any punch that I use a Martha Stewart punch. So there's a Martha Stewart lace border, and then I had used some other ones too. So in this pocket, I cut out some more of the paper and made it matte, and I did ink. If you see any black ink on the edges, it's all black soot from Tim Holtz. And you can put a photo or a journal, same thing on the back. Here comes my cat. Okay, this is a pre-made card from, I want to say Heidi Swapp. Okay, this is, it's not a Project Life, I think it's a Mambi. And try to get some of this glue off here. It's one of the recent pocket letter or pocket cards that they have. I thought this would be cute to use if you're putting photos in here. So then over here, I put some gray trim. It's actually a double layer trim. It's got the tulle and then that, and it's the same one on the reverse side too. And this is one of the tags from that Michaels. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna lose quality or not, because I don't usually zoom with my camera, but anyway, it says live what you love. More of the Michaels flowers. This time I wanted to break out some things that I haven't used in a really long time, and that's my buttons. So I actually had some black, silver, and gold buttons, so I just used some of those. Someone gave me this little gray resin bird. Oh, there's some trim here also from Michaels. I'm telling you, Michaels, I mean, you can just shop in their Michaels $1.50 bins and stock up on just those things, trims and flowers and stickers, and not have to buy any other brands. I previously made this with one of my Martha Stewart punches, and then I put in a Recollections bling. And then just more Michaels flowers. So that's that side. Then we come here. Now I really wanted to use magnets for the flaps, but I could not find where I put them. And then of course, once I was done, I remembered where they were at. So anyway, this is actually an envelope. And I'm gonna see if I can break this out. A while ago, I had picked up a pack of cards and envelopes. I think these are Buttercream collection from Joann's. And I wanted to use some of those, because when I buy stuff like that, cards and stuff, I don't always just use them as a card. I like to use them as, use the paper itself and the envelopes for other things. So that's what this is. I die cut this frame. I don't know what die it is, but it wouldn't punch out the little holes there, so I left them. It still works turn it into a frame. You can actually pull this out and use this as a template to put in a photo. It is double-sided. And then these are stickers from Michaels, the newer ones, and I did layer an extra sticker on top of that, and then I put in a cute little pre-made bow that I had in my stash. And I did use Velcro to hold this. Oh my gosh, Haley. Alright, she's under the table now just swatting at my legs. So you can open this up, and this is the envelope right here. And the flap is actually under this, which if you just saw what I showed you, it's actually half of one of those cards. Inside is just another paper from the collection, from the paper pad I showed earlier, all inked. So if you want to put a nice little note, photo, whatever. And then I just tucked in this card, again from those pocket pages, one of my bows that I had previously made, a clip holding that, because you could take this out and then put a photo in here and then just tuck that in there, or put it somewhere else or slide it over, and that'll stay closed. So then we come over here to the next page, and here I use some like a dark mustardy gold wide ruffle trim I had, and I did the same thing to another page back here where I used that same trim. I used to get this glue out, one of my Martha Stewart border punches. This is one of the lattice ones, I believe. Inside I cut out some more of the paper, and I made a little flip, I don't know what you want to call this, but you can put photos, you can journal in it. Another one of my bows that I previously created, and one of the Michaels tags that says live happy, and that just tucks right in there. Over here I used one of my previously made cupcake rosettes and just made a little arrangement with all the flowers. And then this is a Recollections butterfly. I used some of those too. I also went to my stash and pulled out a resin little handbag that was given to me, and then I put a little black and white polka dot bow on that. There's some trim over here, and what I used this trim for was not only for looks but to hold down this wide trim, because it is really wide and it was kind of flapping around. Okay, so now over to this side. Oh, and I forgot to put, you know what, I have to remember, because I put on these tags this ribbon. I have two more. So I matted this area here, and this is mainly just to put a little photo. Now this is the piece that goes into the frame here, or comes out of it. I kept it and used it like a little frame, and you could just cut a picture and then just put it right here. And here are the Michaels flowers. I die cut this little camera, and then this word smile with the heart. And I left an opening in the back for a couple of tags, which are these. And again, I need to put the ribbon through there. I don't really have a gold ribbon, so I just used a different one. I'm going to leave these out so I can remember to put that in there. And again, all the pages have some kind of mat. And then I didn't show the plain pages, and then I just worked on top of that. Alright, so over here now we have a little flip up, and it's a 2-page flip up. And I left it blank so you can just put pictures in. I put a little eyelet trim down here with another little trim on the bottom just to cover that. Just wanted a little something here. And this is, I guess, from Heidi Swapp, I believe. And then over here I just put a wide black lace trim here, a sticker from that Michaels collection. And I left it open in case whoever gets this wants to put like a year on it or something, or a little small picture. And then I just put one of my pre-made bows with the little embellishment on top. So over here I made a pocket, put a little trim here, another one of my cupcake rosettes, but in gold this time, layered a Michael's flower. And then I just layered a whole bunch of different buttons that are really cute with that little ticket that's also from Michael's and a gold bow. Oh, and then I put a little Eiffel Tower resin piece that I made a while back. Just going into my stash, digging deep to use up my stuff. In the pocket is the envelope, one of them, for whatever you would like to put, maybe a little love letter or some pictures or just like ticket stubs or something that you want to tuck away and not really show off, just kind of have it hiding. So that goes in. It's a little snug, but it does fit. And that's what I need to do, is put these some more. And this card that says the very best with the gold. It was already like this. It's one of those pocket page cards from Tuesday morning. And then Dream Bold Dreams ticket that I'm just tucking in there. Over here it's another, just like a mat for a photo. Just layer some of the papers. I did die cut this one and die cut this bike. There are some tickets with bike images. Now you can, it's not glued all the way down. As you can see, this is a Michael's sticker. And you can pop in a photo in there. And then I just put another one of those little bows. Then on this side, another pocket with that trellis. This one really got covered up, but again, this trim and the same thing here. And then I just tucked in this Live What You Love ticket or tag. This is a Recollections bling bow, and then I just layered more flowers, another Recollections butterfly, buttons, and then this little resin piece that I created a while back, and then another bow that I previously made that matches. And inside I just tucked in a couple of mats. And this one. And then we go over to this page here. I just simply put a little trim that had some pearl on there. Use another one of the Michael's wood pieces that says Life, already painted in the right color. And there's another sticker under here. More of the flowers and a little angel in gold. And then on the inside, another one of the envelopes. Get it in there. And that. And this one. And this one. That's cool because you could put a date. And then this. Over on this side, this is actually one of the cards which I folded backwards, and then I used the other half of that first one that I showed you on the top. The only thing I don't like about these stickers from Michael's, these new ones, they're actually like paper thin. They're not that thick. So you do have to be careful. Anyway, it is a like a flip up, and I put this mat in here, some more of that same trim for earlier. And then I put this down. I used my gold marker pen. Make Your Own Sunshine, the Michael sticker, a couple of Michael's flowers, a silver bow, and then two of the tags that I created. I left the back open to tuck in stuff. Then over here, what I did was a mat with flowers, a sticker from Michael's, and then I just tucked in this where you can actually put a picture. So you can just cut your picture to this size and tuck it in, and the flowers will hold it. Of course, you could glue it down so it'll stay. And then the last one, another pocket. It's all good. And this one, family favorites, and happy. And on this side, I was playing with my Martha Stewart heart punch that makes the banner. So it has the little like connections where you can stick them all together. I edged it with the gold marker paint. I punched out some hearts also with a Martha Stewart punch and edged that, put them on pop dots, and put some little bee flowers in silver. They have little silver bling inside, or silver beads. And then another sticker from Michaels, which again I etched with the gold. I'll tell you, that gold marker pen just makes everything so beautiful. It says life's greatest blessing. And that is pretty much it. So, yeah. It's pretty chunky, but it's really pretty. So I just need to finish these 2 tags so I can completely say I am done. And you just make your bow. And that's it. Now it's meant to stand up, since it does have a charm. So you would stand it up and you would see the pretty charm hanging. And of course you could take this out, or you could replace it if you like. So that is all. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.